The concept of a BRICS currency has gained significant attention as a potential counterbalance to the dominance of the US dollar in global trade. Formed by Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, the BRICS bloc represents a coalition of major emerging economies seeking to enhance their influence in the world economy. Together, BRICS countries account for over 40% of the global population and a substantial portion of global GDP. Yet, they remain largely dependent on Western-led financial institutions and the dollar. Recently, there has been growing interest within BRICS to establish a unified currency, one that could foster greater financial sovereignty and independence from the dollar. While the idea of a BRICS currency holds promise, it is fraught with challenges, uncertainties, and far-reaching implications for the global economy. The primary motivation behind the idea of a BRICS currency is to reduce dependence on the US dollar. As the principal reserve currency and medium of exchange for international trade, the dollar provides the United States with considerable economic leverage over the global economy. This leverage includes the ability to impose economic sanctions on other countries, an issue that has impacted BRICS members like Russia in recent years. By creating their own currency, BRICS countries could mitigate the influence of the US dollar and build a financial system less susceptible to US economic policies. Additionally, a BRICS currency could facilitate smoother trade among member countries, reducing transaction fees and currency exchange risks that currently exist with dollar-based trade. For BRICS, the appeal of a new currency lies in both greater financial autonomy and the potential to create a more multipolar world order. Two primary models have emerged for what a BRICS currency might look like. The first is the idea of a BRICS reserve currency, which would serve as a mechanism for trade settlement among member countries. This currency would not replace existing national currencies, but would function similarly to the International Monetary Fund's Special Drawing Rights (SDR), a reserve asset that countries can use for transactions without relying on any single currency. The second, more ambitious model involves a unified BRICS currency that would operate alongside or even replace national currencies in certain trade scenarios, akin to the euro within the European Union. Either model would require a robust financial infrastructure and clear policies on currency management and exchange rates, as well as significant cooperation among BRICS countries. The concept of a BRICS currency, however, faces several formidable challenges. One of the main obstacles is the economic divergence among the BRICS countries. These nations have vastly different economic structures, development levels, and growth trajectories. China, for instance, has an economy far larger than South Africa's, creating potential imbalances if both countries were to share a currency equally. Furthermore, each BRICS country has unique political agendas and economic policies, which could make alignment challenging. Geopolitical tensions, such as those between India and China, may further complicate cooperation. Moreover, the currency's stability could be a concern if it were to rely on a basket of national currencies for valuation. Fluctuations in the economic conditions of any one member could impact the currency's stability, making it potentially more volatile and less attractive to international investors. Despite these obstacles, a BRICS currency could offer considerable benefits. For one, it could reduce the impact of Western-imposed sanctions on BRICS countries. With an alternative currency, members would have a financial safety net independent of Western influence. This could prove especially beneficial to countries like Russia, which have been heavily affected by US and European sanctions in recent years. Additionally, a BRICS currency could simplify trade within the bloc by eliminating the need for conversion into dollars or other foreign currencies. If successful, a BRICS currency could also inspire other emerging economies to join or adopt similar models, fostering expanded trade networks and greater collaboration among developing nations. In a broader sense, a widely accepted BRICS currency could begin to challenge the US dollar's dominance and offer a more balanced approach to global finance. A BRICS currency, if adopted, could have substantial implications for the global economy. The reduced global reliance on the dollar would weaken the dollar's value and diminish the financial leverage of the United States. Lower demand for the dollar could increase borrowing costs and inflation in the US, potentially destabilizing the American economy and, by extension, impacting the global market. For other developing economies, a BRICS currency could open up new trade opportunities, especially for nations looking to lessen their own reliance on the dollar. This scenario would create a more diversified, multi-currency system, potentially reducing the volatility that often arises from a single currency-dominated market. Such a shift could also encourage reform within established institutions like the IMF and the World Bank, as these organizations adapt to a more multipolar financial landscape. While the concept of a BRICS currency holds significant promise, it remains speculative at present. Although BRICS leaders have expressed enthusiasm, the actual implementation of a shared currency would likely require years of planning, negotiation, and infrastructural development. Political consensus and economic coordination among BRICS nations would need to strengthen considerably to support the stability of a shared currency. However, the idea itself underscores the growing demand for an alternative to the current dollar-dominated financial system, reflecting the desire of emerging economies to assert greater control over their economic futures. In many ways, the discussion of a BRICS currency symbolizes a broader shift toward a more diversified and inclusive global economic system. In conclusion, the proposal for a BRICS currency represents a bold step toward reshaping the global financial order. As an alternative to the dollar, a BRICS currency could offer emerging economies more control over their trade and financial systems, reduce dependency on Western institutions, and potentially challenge the dominance of the dollar. However, the path forward is uncertain and laden with challenges. Economic disparities among member nations, political tensions, and the need for new financial infrastructure all pose hurdles that the BRICS countries must overcome to bring this idea to fruition. Yet, as the global economy continues to evolve, the concept of a BRICS currency remains a powerful symbol of the shifting balance of power in international finance. Subscribe, like and turn on your post notification for our channel. You wouldn't want to miss any of our uploads.